Hi, I'm Susie Laskin with Keller Williams Lakes and Mountains Real Estate. Today I'm talking to Brian Charles of the North Conway Music Center in the Red Barn Shopping Center near the Sea Dog Brewery. Brian, would you tell us a little bit about your business?
Well, thanks, Susie. Yes, it's a full-line music store. And in addition to the guitars that you can see right behind, we also do all of the band instruments and orchestra instruments. We also have a lot of accessories, and we have a repair staff, and we're open 7 days a week. And we are, as far as we know, the only music store for about 40 or 50 or 60 miles. And people come here from all over. I mean, Colebrook and Lakes region and whatever. And so our clientele base is large.
How long have you been in business in North Conway?
So we're actually celebrating our 10th year this year. And we've been 5 years in the current location at the Red Barn outlet. Before that, people might remember that we were over at that little store next to the bagel place on the other side of town. And we started there with just a little 800 square foot space, and now we're in 4,000 square feet. And the place is still growing.
And what do you think it is about your business that people really like?
Well, one of the nice things is that nobody seems to come in here unhappy. Everybody's looking forward to being at the music store. So when people come in, we're already kind of, there's a big plus in that they're ready to be happy. And then we are ready to be a full service company. So our best, what we do best is really listen, and try to understand what somebody's looking for, help them to make decisions, or just back away and let them have fun, and everybody can come in and play. And it's, just everybody here who works here is also very in that same mindset of this is a happy place, a good place, and a relaxing place to be.
Why did you decide to get into this business?
Oh, a long story. I've been a musician since I was a little kid, and I fell in love with the oboe, and I practiced that relentlessly and went to a good conservatory, and then fell into the opportunity to own a music company in Midtown Manhattan, which is where I was from.
You're being too modest. Tell us what conservatory you went to.
I went to Juilliard School in New York City and played professionally for many years on Broadway and throughout the New York area, and orchestral stuff and jazz stuff. And, you don't make such a great living at that in terms of money. And so at one point I was working for a store in Midtown, and he decided he needed to retire, and I was lucky enough to be able to purchase his oboe and bassoon department. And I restarted that company from my home in Brooklyn. And turned out that I'm pretty good at running a business. Who knew? And so I started that way. I still play music, and I played music all the way through. Starting this was a labor of love, not just of mine, but also of Jen Landry and John Cotter, who have been instrumental, so to speak, in making this all work. And this is something they have been dedicated to for many, many years.
So how did you decide to move the business from New York to Mount Washington Valley?
You really want to know that?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. And it's funny, people do ask that all the time. What made you move? What made us move is that this is a beautiful area. It has a lot of opportunity. It's a great place to raise a kid. And my son Theo, who's now in college, was born here. And as opposed to myself, I was raised in the Bronx with one tree. I remember that tree fondly.
Unlike a tree grows in Brooklyn.
There's more trees here. And it's been a great opportunity for him. The high school has been wonderful for him. Kennett has been really good. Why did I move here from New York? Also because it was loud there and it was obnoxious. And although one of the things that's a plus about New York is that everybody who's there is trying to be their very, very best, what I found here is that everybody here is trying to be kind and to be community and to be supportive. And I love it.
Tell us something about your business that people don't know.
Well, most people don't know, since it's North Conway Music Center is really the center hub of the music business here is the Charles Double Reed Company is where I started, and it's my labor of love, and it's a major part of the business. It's a website, used to be catalog for many years, but now a website and walk-in company. And we specialize in high-end instruments for oboe and bassoon players, and we have people come and visit us all the time from all over the place. You wouldn't know it, but this year we had somebody from New Zealand show up, and
Wow.
we've had people fly in from Germany. We have a player just texted me this morning. He's in Salzburg at the Salzburg Opera.
Wow.
And he's about to play his new instrument that he got from us when he visited a month ago, and wanted to let me know that that they used to have marching bands with contrabassoons in them in Salzburg.
That's cool.
So a lot of people don't realize that that's what's going on behind the scenes here. So it's really two businesses in one.
Wow. So let me segue into real estate for a moment.
Absolutely.
What neighborhood do you live in?
I live in Rockhouse Mountain, and that's an area of Conway up near Madison, on the side of a mountain facing north.
And what do you like about your neighborhood?
Neighbors are great. Love our neighbors. We have a wonderful community feeling. There's just a feeling like of safety. You're really safe, and we have access to the big and little ponds near us, which are really lakes, and we have it's a beautiful terrain, and the value of the houses keeps going up, so that's not a bad
That's
thing.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, great. Brian, thank you so much.
Susie,
Again,
thank you. I really appreciate it, and what you're doing is great, and I think everybody really should appreciate more what you're bringing to the community.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is Brian Charles of North Conway Music Center
And Charles Double Reed Company.
and Charles Double Reed Company.